Okay. I don't even want to. No, I'm going to trust the most recent one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do 93. I'm gonna start it at 93. Hmm. Okay. Okay, so I don't know what the heck this is saying. All right, we're gonna get started. Okay, all right. Make sure everything is good. I have my level set up. Now we can be ready for tomorrow. Today was definitely one of those days where if he was not focused, if you did not, what's the correct word I'm gonna use? If you didn't have risk management today, the markets ate you alive today. Today was a more challenging day to trade the markets, but we definitely made it today. We made $2,500 today. We could have made more. Originally, I was up $1,800. I did lose all that and then went into the negative. I think I went into the negative because of my ES play that I had went negative. If I closed my position in the Nasdaq, I would have secured the $1,800. It went against me. I got stopped out of a position. I was able to get back in when I recognized that price was finding support, and we was able to end the day with $2,500 minus commission. So we definitely had a great day on this stream, but we'll get into that. We're going to talk about the news going into tomorrow, and we'll set a game plan for tomorrow, and we'll end the stream. Okay. So obviously we have a big block of news we have a big block of news at 7:30. That's nothing new. We see this every Thursday, so none of this is should be a surprise. However, actually, give me a second. Let me make sure of something, because on my side it's saying that it's not even streaming or anything. So let me just make sure that I at least am live. Okay. Because of. Okay, so I am live. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. So yeah, so we have a big block of news at 7:30. What's going to be important that's coming out at 7:30 tomorrow is going to be the employment number. One of the Fed speakers this week was speaking about how the Fed is now focused on employment. We now have people coming back to work, and now they're going to be looking at that employment number. Now that's going to be a part of the narrative moving forward. We also have home sales tomorrow as well. Let's actually start marking this stuff out. Yeah, so tomorrow what we're going to be needing to pay attention to is the continuous jobless claims and the initial jobless claims tomorrow. That's going to be the market moving event at 7:30. We also have GDP for Q1, and we also have durable goods as well. We got core PCE also at 730. But I mean, this whole block is going to be very volatile. So I mean, just if you're not well positioned in anything at 730, just make sure to close any position. Don't start any new positions. Just wait for the reaction to the news and then trade accordingly. At 9 o'clock, we do have pending home sales. That's also going to be important now. And I believe that's it for the rest of the day. Stuff to really watch out for. Yeah, so that's basically going to be it. All we got to look for is that 7:30 block of news, the home sales at 9 o'clock, and we do have the 4-week bill auction, and we do have the 7-year note auction at 10:30 and 12 o'clock. But by this time, we should be finishing up our day. We really shouldn't be trading the afternoon to evening session if you're profitable in the New York session. So this shouldn't be a problem for us. All right, so now that we know what to expect, let's jump into the chart. Okay, so here's the Nasdaq. So something interesting happened later on in the session. I could have made more money this afternoon. I did notice that price was finding support here at this level right here. And what I was actually debating is if I wanted to get in long. Obviously, once I saw this massive move up, I wasn't going to chase it. And good thing I didn't chase it, because as soon as we had this move going up, you can see that the bears came in immediately here at this 230 level. And we've talked about this level, I think, all this week. All this week, the bears have been showing up at this 230 level. They're in love with this level, supposedly, and they're now allowing price to trade above it. Obviously, we know that above these highs is stack stops. You can see that the bears are selling it every time it comes up into this area. So we have at least 3, and I guess you can count this as 4. We have 4 levels of stop losses that are sitting above this high, because as the bears short this market down, they're leaving behind their stop losses above this high. And you can see that ever since the closing of yesterday's session, the market has been selling down. My current bias is that the market will continue to sell down overnight and going into tomorrow's stream. I wouldn't necessarily trust longs, because if you look, let's actually look at a higher time frame chart. That's the ES. So if you look, price has definitely just been price has been trading in this range right here. So that's basically what price has been doing. We have stops above and we have stops below. We have obviously that employment number coming out tomorrow, but more importantly, we have PCE coming out tomorrow or on Friday, which I think the market wants to set itself up for. And in order for the market to set itself up for a news event, it needs to expand either to the up or downside. My bias is that we've had inflationary data being bullish. We've had the bank test, the bank stress test come out stating that the Fed stating that banks would be able to survive a recessionary event. So that just kind of confirms my bias that Friday's news is going to be bullish, and that the market is going to want to trade lower for the buyers to get better pricing and better position, so we can get that massive move higher, possibly taking out the previous all-time highs, creating new all-time highs. I mean, we've seen this song and dance plenty of times. We should know what to expect by now. Um, so we've traded into a range, and once we get a break of this 19 or this 900 level, I would highly recommend to not look for any longs. Just let the market set itself up, let it come back and retest this area, and look for a short in and around this area. Because if we get a break of this structure right here and we get a retest, it's highly likely, this is a risk reward trade. It's highly likely that there's going to be bears that's coming in this area, and they're going to want to sell price down, especially once we get a break of this key level. So I think that's the best way to how to trade this breakout versus chasing it. Because, you know, if you chase this move down, usually it gets halfway to where it wants to go. It retraces violently because it's stopping out all the bears that was chasing this breakout lower. It comes right back into this area to retest, and then we see that short move down. I mean, it happens so often. I'm surprised that people still trade the breakout when it rarely works. Rarely. Technically, we do have a lower low. And this is what I'm saying, that the bulls have definitely been defying chart gravity. They're not making new highs, but when you see a lower low like this and you see a retest, you can expect for the market to kind of do this, to kind of trade to the downside. However, I guess I can't find an example. Let me try to see if I can find a quick example of what I'm talking about. Yeah, like in this instance right here, we can see that the market is making lower lows. And usually what happens in situations like this, we get a pullback and either a double bottom or a move lower. However, what we have been getting is a massive move up. I mean, we could say that this was technically a double bottom, which technically it was, and this would explain that massive move up. But yeah, I think this is a good example of what I was talking about. Lower low in price, it trades up higher, and then we see a massive move down. So that's what I'm going to be looking for going into tomorrow, really. We go on the lower time frame chart with the Nasdaq. Now that thing wants to, okay. I don't want to do all that. Okay, so we go on the lower time frame chart. So I do have this area marked out on the chart, and I don't know why I have it so big. All right, so I do have this area marked out on the chart. I do expect that if price does trade back into this area, a double bottom here at 725 is not uncalled for, or it wouldn't be hard to believe that there's going to be bulls that are waiting here at this area for possibly a quick bounce back up into this range. I don't think the market reverses here, a bounce, and then possibly when price gets back into this range, we'll see a continuation down lower. Yeah, so about 725. Actually, I have this. That's not it. So about, let's actually look at the hourly chart. So yeah, I want to kind of see what price kind of does in this range. 725. So if price gets down into the 725 range, 725. Yeah, 725 to about 680. 725 to about 680. Yeah, about 680. Yeah, about 680. I kind of want to see what price does in this range, because there's literally nowhere else for price to go. Price has tried to go up 3 times. It's failed to do so. And now price is testing this low at 900. Now, if the bulls protect this area, if they protect 900, and we see it bounce at 900, and we take out these highs, well, if we take out that high at 20, about 2030, if we take out that high at 2030, and then the next level that I'm going to be looking for is going to be around around 115 to 125, somewhere in this area right here. That's what I'm going to be looking for price to try to trade back into this 125 to 115 area. Because we see that once we got that break of support, we have this massive move down, and price has yet to come back up and retest this area.
Connection lost.
So I'm going to be expecting the bulls if they protect this area, which is highly unlikely. But if they do, and they trade and we get above that 130 level, then that's when I'm going to be targeting that 125, that 115 to 125 level on the Nasdaq. And if we do get a break below, I'm going to be looking for that 725 to about 680 going into tomorrow for a potential reversal. Now, I'm pretty sure that the market is going to bounce in between this area, but tomorrow I'm not going to necessarily take any chances for bounces. I think tomorrow is either you're going to be a part of this short, or try to find an area to get in short if that's what the market chooses to do overnight. However, if you try to catch a bounce, it may not, you may get caught up real quick. And so tomorrow, my game plan is just to get into areas where I think the market will reverse, and that's where I'm gonna do most of my business at tomorrow. So that's all I have for the Nasdaq. I'm gonna just jump into the ES. So the ES is kind of more straightforward. Just like the NQ, price has traded basically in this big range, and the bears have protected this 50 level. You can see that every time that price tries to test into that 50 level, we get a rejection. Same way, just like the NQ. But yeah. So about 50. Obviously about 48, that 48 to 50 level. Every time price has tried to come into this level, that's where we see the bears come in and they knock price down. And so if we do get a break and we break underneath these lows at 516 and 511, I do believe that we may see a reaction at that 500 to 498 level. However, the area I'm going to be looking for going into tomorrow is that 495 to about 488. Right here where it says, about 488 to to 495. I believe if price trades into this area tomorrow, where we'll see a reversal, probably going back up to about 11 or 17. One of these lows, I feel that we're going to get a reversal back. It's most likely going to be 16, 17, but that's where I'm going to be doing business down here. Earlier this week, I was talking about that 498 level, but now that the circumstances have changed, we didn't go down to go up. We went up to go down. So now I think that that 498 level may be invalidated, and there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be trying to get in at that 500 level. And I think it may work out initially. You may get a move back up to like 510, 511. But from here, I think we're going to get that move down. And this 490 level is going to have to hold. The bulls are going to have to hold 490, which I believe that they will. But if they don't, we'll definitely see a lot more room to the downside if they don't hold this 490 level. So it's kind of straightforward on the ES. And I do have my little golden zone. I will be trading in this area tomorrow, and that's what I'm going to be looking for. Now we may see that news we may get a pump tomorrow based off the news. But even if we do get a pump, depending on wherever price is on the chart, I think eventually we're going to get down to this 490 level tomorrow on the ES. So this is what I'm going to be waiting for. If we don't get this, then it's going to be highly unlikely that I trade unless something presents itself based on the price action, because we just basically rotated around this range. And at the end of the session, we had this short squeeze higher, and then we had this massive drop down. So, and I was still in this ES trade all day. I was able to get my runners hit on this, and good thing I protected this position, because I just looked away from the screen for 1 second and we had this massive drop, and that's all it took if I didn't protect this position. So I'm actually start considering that moving forward, because yeah, that drop, it was like an 18-point drop out of nowhere towards the end of the session. So okay, so we talked about the Nasdaq, we talked about the ES. We can look at gold real quick and CL. So yeah, like I said, this is why I don't trade her anymore. You get all this chop, and it's just not worth trading in my opinion. Oh, I think I'm still in that gold trade from I took a gold short, and you can see that I'm highly profitable in that gold short right now. I'm highly profitable in the short that I took, I think, yesterday. I took it in the sim because, like I said, I don't necessarily want to deal with gold. However, it does appear that it's been working. I've been taking gold shorts, and these shorts have been working. So so let's see. So we did break out of this range, and you can see that, I mean, with gold it's kind of easy. You can see once we got a breakout from this range, you can see that they used this range and they used it to short and expand away from that range. We do got some double bottom support here. We do have support here, so we may actually see a rally in gold tomorrow. We may see that. Yeah, we may see a rally in gold tomorrow, so I would definitely keep my eyes on gold. I think this short may be done. Price has traded into a demand zone. So let's actually look at it on the So it seems like there's a lot of demand at 2301. And that's exactly where that double bottom is, if I'm not mistaken. $3.01. Okay. Okay, so 301. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I have. I appreciate you guys joining. And we'll do this again at 7:30 Central Time. And with that said, peace out.